welcome back to Tight Lining Maryland. I appreciate all the people that have been subscribing and kind of following the channel, and hopefully I can keep the content coming for you. To kind of keep this intro brief, I am back out at the Codorus section. This is actually the same hole where I caught these same fish twice, so I don't know if I'll be able to fool him, but the goal for today, just hit a couple streams locally in PA. I'm going to start at the Codorus trophy trout section, maybe hit a few spots here, fish it for about 3 hours, and then go to a Class A stream that's much smaller. This itself is still a Class A, so I'll be on 2 Class A PA streams today, but this specifically is the trophy trout area. So nevertheless, I'll be doing my regular probably dry dropper setup that I used in Western Maryland. Really fell in love with that there. Please check out some of the resources I mentioned in the last video, but to keep the intro short, let's get fishing, and hopefully we can put on some good, healthy, fat brown trout for you here this morning, bright and early in PA. So, quick switch, first drift, pays off. Just to quickly then show you guys to make sure that, I'm explaining what I'm doing. Originally, I started this creek with probably the wrong setup. I was trying to go dry dropper, but nothing's rising. I just felt like I needed to get contact with the bottom. The water is murky. Therefore, I actually have an advantage over the fish because they're not going to as easily see me, although their eyesight in muddy water is still great. So what I decided to do is I extended my tippet. I actually cut it all the way off. Got it to about a 4-foot piece of tippet that you could probably see. I have my tag system that I've been using now for a couple different videos and streams. Proven to be highly effective, but overall just a good setup. And I'm using a fly that is kind of a Frenchie-esque with hackle type fly. Okay, so that's my top fly. It's probably a size 14, and then I'm using my own Tide, which is what I just got that fish on, my own Tide tungsten surveyor fly that, again, I highly advocate if you don't know how to tie it to figure it out. It is such a simple fly and a great fly to use out on the stream. So nevertheless, figure I have to share that with you. But good start, first drift, 1 brown trout, so nice. Okay, this brown trout took the top fly with the soft tackle, and off he goes. But nevertheless, that is the second fish today out of Codorus. I think, but it's just a guess, I think that this water is running much higher than what it usually would. I think that when it comes to the watershed, my guess is they probably, since it is technically a tailwater, they probably are doing a release out of the dam, because even waters in there are running high. So the fact that I've got 2 today in somewhat difficult, murky water, I've been happy with. I can't even really read it for, can't even really read where I need to be or where the feeding lanes are. I'm just trying to make as educated of a guess as I can based on what I see. But tough today, definitely tough conditions. I foresee going to the next creek pretty quick. But been on the water an hour and I've got 2 fish to my name, so I think that's a successful start. And you know, was able to make some adjustments to make sure that I did get into some fish. But nevertheless, I guess as I catch the stick, we're up to 3. But nevertheless, a good start to the day. Water is definitely cold out here. I mean, that's the one nice thing about this particular body of water, is that since it's a tailwater, it is cold basically summer round. So let's see if we can't put another one on, and in the meantime we'll try to get into you know, a few more fish. I'm over to the second stream. I'm going to start with nymphing with that tandem rig. I do expect to switch over to putting a dry kind of as a dropper, but for right now I think just running the tandem system I was just using the last spot will be just fine for now. And with that said, fish on. Yeah. Gotta wet my hands though. Alright, rewarded with a brown trout pretty early in this trip, so see if we can't get some more. The goal is, I would say here, you know, a goal, I guess, even though I've never really fished this that hard, I'm gonna try to set a goal of maybe a half dozen to 10 fish. You know, I think that that's very possible. I think that trying to get one that is 9 or 10 inches, preferably 10 or more, would be the next goal. So we'll see if we can't make those things happen. Try to just set something that's reasonable, something that, you know, is something to look forward to on the stream. But nevertheless, it's a great start even if I don't catch another fish. Alright guys, so here is the best brown trout I got so far today. I don't know if it exceeds 10. It looks like it's closer to 9. Yeah, I'd call that 9. Solid fish though. Still excited that I got it. He took the took the fly that's the dropper today. Still a really healthy fish, but about 4 or 5 inches short of some of the other guys I got. But look at the tail. Nice and red. The adipose fin's gorgeous. Lots of red spots. But nice job. So here's the next fish I got. Also took the bottom fly. Again, because the camera's low, unfortunately I'm just going to show the fish in the net. But picked him up right out of this little hole. Picked up the first one right here. All taking the dropper as it's going right through the run. So as you can see, I started there, picked up one, picked up another, and now I've moved up another 20 feet and picked up one right here in this undercut. Again, I sincerely apologize about not having the extra battery with me today and card, but sorry about that. But there goes our next brown trout release. Oh!
That was a nice fish. Oh, Michael. I don't know if you guys saw that on camera. I was in the midst of pulling up a trout from the bottom. It was probably a 13 or 14 inch brown trout, which for this stream would be awesome. Probably the fish of the day. Yeah, he broke me off because of a poor tie. That is rare. That is rare and disappointing. I'd rather the hook came out. Oh man, that was a beautiful fish. All right, so I've retied and I have tested that knot a couple times, but man, what a disappointing loss for that last fish. I mean, to see that the reason why I lost it is because of a poor tying job. I mean, I check every knot every time, no matter what, and always pull at a force that I feel like is about as hard as I can do. So to lose that beautiful wild brown trout that easily was going to be 13 or 14 inches is just heartbreaking. And just lost another one. At least that one was on the hook set. Well, the good news is this hole is producing. The bad news is I lost the fish, but it's time to move on mentally from it. You can't let it ruin your day. Another good thing is the hole is kind of long, so I feel like there's going to be more fish coming out of it. Holy moly. I am at a complete loss for words. That fish was easily the size of the other one. Here I could have caught two 13-inch fish or better out of this hole, and that time he completely snapped my line. He broke me off where the 5X connected for the tags. I mean, now I'm really disappointed. To get that live, you're gonna see that on film. Wow. Wow. So I'm still out on this on this stream. I am running out of film and battery. I have missed two fish in this hole. Just to quickly show the hole. Great little undercut bank. Perfect place for a big brown trout to lie. A nice dump in up at the top of this run. But overall, two huge fish missed out of here. So now it's time to mentally regroup. Make sure the setup is firm. Everything is locked in tight. Knots are taken care of. Right fly selection. But, you know, hopefully you guys saw that on film. But what a disappointment. I could have landed two probably 12 to 15 inch conservatively. You know, it's not going to be bigger than 15 for sure. But could have landed, you know, anywhere from 12 to 15 inch brown trout out of the same hole in a small, tiny, 10-foot wide Class A wild brown trout stream. So, I'm going to turn the camera off. I'll put it back on whenever I get a fish, but thanks for sticking with me. It's been tough sledding so far. I got another probably 8-inch brown trout. So he hit the bottom fly, drifting it through this nice little hole. Got a canopy above. Kind of expected a fish to be in there, and he pulled it right under. Took me for a quick little run, but solid fish. And let's get him back in. So I'm walking back to the car. I think I'm gonna call it quits today. I didn't meet my goal, but I came very close. I had probably 2 8-inch fish. Didn't get up to the 10-inch kind of expectant size that I was hoping for, and even that would have been, again, very large for this stream. Although it does carry a Class A designation, so they're in here. But I did catch well over half a dozen. I approached probably closer to 12, and there were a fair amount that I got on camera. I also, basically just kind of brought them to net and took a quick filming of them because I ran short of battery, as I mentioned before. But nevertheless, successful day, one in which I'm proud of, one in which I know there are a couple very, very nice fish to kind of hunt for. I would say that they're trophies for this stream. It's not like going to the Little J or Penn's and getting a 20-inch fish, but if I could have pulled those 13 to 15-inch fish out of here, that would have made for a widely successful day. So nevertheless, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the people that have been liking, subscribing, and so forth. I hope the channel keeps growing, and over the summer, because school ends this week, I am looking forward to kind of publishing different types of content and not just me, fishing or bringing fish to net, although I've provided some tips and techniques throughout the videos and kind of explained my rigging system. I expect to kind of take this a little bit differently over the summer, or at least that's my goal. So tune in, and again, thanks everybody for watching.